Hey, what's up and what is down? It's your boy Aaron Jay-Z back in the house with another brand new video, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit more different. We're going to do something that first time that I'd like to talk about. So we're going to try to talk about one of the weirdest things that we have in this world, and maybe weirdest things that you see online, but some of them actually turns out to be true. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some of the weirdest things that we have in the world today. And this is gonna be a bit crazy because this is my first time doing this, and I hope you guys support it. If you like it a lot, just hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also do share it with other people so that they will get interested and they'll get to know more. So thank you all so much for your support. Now, first and foremost, we're gonna talk one of the most craziest countries that have the most craziest laws. And the country that we all know about is Singapore. Now, Singapore is known for its impeccable cleanliness and for its low crime rates. So it is also called the Fine City. For some reason it's called the Fine City because it's the most fine place in the entire world. I just hope so. And which has double meaning, okay? The label refers to the fine state that Singapore is in, okay? And it also refers to many fines that the country hands out. That's what it means. It's because the cops just give fines to the most ridiculous things that the people do. It's the most weirdest law you can ever imagine, and we're gonna go through some of these, okay? And it's gonna be really weird. Basically what happened was I went to Singapore, and it is true, there's a lot of things that were true, like cleanliness. Cleanliness was one of the biggest things there. I never saw a piece of trash on the roadside or in the roadside or anywhere. They were always thrown in recycle bins areas. And the second thing is gum. They are known for not chewing gum, but we're gonna find out a little bit more about that in a little while. So let's go to the first section and see what we're gonna discuss on. Singapore is quite strict with their laws, and they really enforce it, whether you like it or not. Whether you're living in Singapore, you're from overseas, or a tourist coming to visit in Singapore, you need to follow these laws because they're quite weird and they're quite not what you expect to have in a country, especially when it's a country that gives out fines for ridiculous laws. So let's go to the first one and see what do we expect. So we have singing. Singing, yes. One of the weirdest things you can imagine is singing, in a country like that. I mean, I'm not saying that it's bad to sing, but look at this one, alright? According to Singapore's statutes online, okay, singing, reciting, or uttering any ballad or obscene song in public is illegal. If you're caught breaking this law, you'll be punished with 3 months imprisonment or a fine or both. Wow. Singing with any profanity is practically weird. You see, look at this part. Obscene songs in public is illegal, so you can't sing any song that have any bad meanings. So Eminem, Nicki Minaj, you guys are not welcome to Singapore. So sayonara. And the second law, Singapore. So this is one of the most craziest one you can ever imagine. So the second one is connecting to another person's Wi-Fi. Now this one is a bit crazy because you look at this one. According to Singapore's Computer Misuse and Cybersecurity Act, using another person's Wi-Fi is defining as hacking. The penalty for this is a hefty 10 grand fine, 3 years in jail, or both. So you're trying to tell me if someone steals my Wi-Fi and uses it, that's a felony? You've got to be kidding me. I mean, this is insane. This doesn't make any sense, man. I mean, come on. What if that person's Wi-Fi doesn't have a password, huh? And I can just log into it. How do they even track the person who is using the Wi-Fi? This is insane. This is not even cybersecurity. I'm not sure what's going on with this country. I mean, you can connect Wi-Fi to another person's Wi-Fi. I mean, you can't even borrow someone's Wi-Fi, just for like some few minutes of your time to, call for an emergency or text someone on WhatsApp or on Facebook or take a selfie, and you want to use the Wi-Fi, but you can't because you can't use other people's Wi-Fi. It's just insane. What kind of country is this that doesn't allow you to use other people's Wi-Fi? In Malaysia, we use hotspot, basically that we lend our data to another person's phone so that they can use the internet and we can use the internet at the same time. So we share the Wi-Fi a little bit. But this is crazy. I mean, come on. This is just crazy. I mean, why would you do this? And this is crazy. 10 grand fine, 3 years in jail, or both. How would you feel if you got a record says that you steal someone's Wi-Fi password, or you steal someone's or connecting to another person's Wi-Fi? That would be crazy. That will be a stupid list to have on your criminal record, you know? Like, connecting to another person's Wi-Fi in the list is ridiculous. If you go to another country and if they see a record on saying connecting to another person's Wi-Fi is a felony, they'll laugh at you. That's just crazy, man. I mean, this is the one thing that I didn't know that Singapore has, and I just hope that in the future that they might just get over this. You know, it's everyone uses Wi-Fi. Come on, let's be honest here. Even if you don't have Wi-Fi, at least data. Even if you steal someone's data, come on, or maybe borrow it for a few minutes. Come on, that's not something that's a waste. Okay, don't get all crazy up, Singapore. You know, lighten up a bit. Next up, we're gonna do with the most craziest part yet. Look at this one. Feeding pigeons. That's right, feeding pigeons. Birds. Feeding pigeons might not sound like a criminal offense, but in Singapore it is. If you're caught tossing your leftovers to the birds, it will cost you $500. Now, I don't understand. Okay, the part where you're saying throwing leftovers, that's some sort of, you know, like throwing trash into Singapore, so that's basically like what they're trying to say makes sense, so you're like throwing trash on the floor. But the worst part is you can't even feed the animals in Singapore. What if I want to toss a bone to a dog? I mean, that's crazy. If the dog will eat the bone, it's obvious, but come on. If I just toss it to help the animal, I don't toss it like I just throw it in the middle of the street like I run away and then nothing happens. You're tossing food to animals, you know, you're just feeding pigeons. You're not like feeding a dinosaur. Come on, this is just insane. I don't know what's wrong with Singapore nowadays. There's a lot of laws that's so stupid that you can't even imagine. I'm not blaming you, Singapore. I mean, some of your laws I do agree, but some of them just go over the board a little bit quick, you know, like this one, for instance, feeding pigeons. In Malaysia, I see old aunties, they have a bag full of like leftovers. Or in Malaysia, we have leftover foods like bones or carcasses of animals that we just give it to the animals. You know, like we give to dogs and then we give to cats. You know, we even feed it to our pet snakes. Come on. Let's just be honest here. Come on, feeding animals is not that bad. You're basically helping the animals. It's not animal abuse, okay? Not feeding them is animal abuse. Come on, this is crazy. And especially when this law says you cannot feed the pigeons in Singapore and you get fined for $500, it's a bit over the edge a little bit, you know. This is just insane. Poor pigeons. I wonder what they're gonna eat. No wonder that you don't see a lot of animals in Singapore, because they're leaving because of all these goddamn laws. And let's go to the fourth one. Homosexuality. I agree. Yeah, look at this one. Same-sex relations are forbidden in Singapore, although this law is not nearly as strict in force as some of the other laws. It is used to be under the umbrella of sex against the order of nature. Love it. Now, I know a lot of people may be thinking that this is going overboard. Now we have the LGBT rights, we have the same-sex marriages that have been enforced now, that you can do whatever you want. You can marry the same sex, you can boy become gay and girl become lesbian. So basically, you can marry whoever the hell you want with the same sex. But this one I agree. This one I agree with this law, because homosexuality, I don't really find it really, you know, helping the world. You know, you're basically saying, oh, we're expressing our individuality. This is just what God created us to be. No, you're a freaking idiot, okay? First of all, if you want to be gay, that's up to you. I don't care. I don't hate you if you're being gay, but I don't like what you're doing. You know, gay is something that a lot of people, back in the day, in the 1980s or 1990s, if you were caught being gay, they would beat your ass to a pulp, you know. They would beat you, and then maybe they would even kill you if they found out you were gay. But in this case, this country bans homosexuality is one of my favorite laws yet. I'm not gay. I do appreciate a country that keeps the balance of nature in progress, you know, that makes sure that men and women need to have a baby, that's it, and multiply and just move on from there. It's about time we have laws that have this kind of stuff, you know, because now that Obama has, you know, legislate the gay marriages and same-sex marriages and has included all the, you know, the same-sex blah 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 laws, so we gotta get the world back in its position, okay? We need to get back the world into its position. We got to make sure that the cycle of human being continue to live on. For one, Singapore, I want to say thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for making the balance of nature as it should be. Because that's the way, that's where babies come from. Men and women make out, have a baby, and life goes on. Anyways, so let's just go to the fifth one. Flush or face the consequences. Yes, this one is, I know this one actually. So basically what this means is failure to flush a public toilet after use may result in rather hefty fines according to laws in Singapore. So, and don't even think that urinating in elevators, they are equipped with urine detection devices, UDD for short, that detects the scent of urine, sets off an alarm, and closes the door until the police arrives. Seriously? There is a technology now that detects your urine? And then they close the elevator. So basically, if you're in the elevator and you decide you want to take a piss, but you can't go to the bathroom because it's like 18 feet up and then you can't handle it, and then you just decide to take a piss inside the elevator. So you piss in the elevator and then the door shuts it and the detectors go off and then the police are there to arrest you. And look at this. If you're in the bathroom and you forgot to flush or you failed to flush, $150 fine. Urinal detection device. What the hell? Who comes up with these technology and inventions, man? This is insane. They can detect the scent of the urine and then the door shuts, sets off an alarm, and the police arrives. And you have to pay a fine of $150. That's crazy, man. That's so embarrassing to get caught by the police because you peed in the elevator. That's insane. How do you detect that, I just want to know, how do you even do that? Singaporeans, please give me the goddamn answer. I need to know, how do you detect this crap? Is this even true or not? This urinal detection device, I gotta find out as well because I don't know if it's true. But it looks interesting. Next up is smoking in public. Yeah, smoking in public. So the penalty for this will be $152 to $760. It can go up to one of those. So this is the craziest part. In Singapore, there's a law against smoking in public places and in vehicles. Okay? This law was put in place to ensure a clean and healthy environment for the public and protect people from secondhand smoke. Although it's not illegal to buy cigarettes or smoke in your own home, it's illegal to smoke in public and it's considered an offense to enter the country with cigarettes. So what you're saying is if I'm from Malaysia, if I enter to the country with cigarettes, I get fined. But if I smoke at home, it's no problem. If I go in public, like I said, if I step out of my house, like 1 feet out of my house gate, it's an offense. So basically, you only can smoke inside your house. You can't smoke outside. It's an offense if you smoke outside and then all the secondhand smokers smell it and then they get crazy and then the environment goes nuts. That one I kind of agree and disagree at the same time. I agree they're protecting the environment. I mean, God bless Singapore that they're doing it. Not a lot of countries are restricting this. But to smoke inside your own home, that's basically the same thing as polluting your whole family. I mean, your whole family is in the house and you're smoking, and then the secondhand smokers are your family, your kids, your wife, your dog, and then it's air pollution. It goes through everywhere. It can go through the vents, it can go through the window, it can go through anywhere. So you're basically not helping the environment. You're basically killing your family and killing the environment at the same time. So this one I kind of disagree. It's very stupid actually. Then number 7. Walking around your house naked. Seriously? While smoking at home is fine for some reason, walking around naked is not. If you break this law in Singapore, you may face pornography charges, which can lead to imprisonment or big fines. So close the curtains next time you're getting ready for shower. And the penalty is one grand. You've got to be kidding me. Who in the world would walk home naked? Who would? Okay, if I walk around naked, I don't. Okay, I don't walk around naked. If I'm home alone, and if there's no one here, I basically wear boxers and just walk around shirtless. That's it. That's not being naked. That's just being free and just enjoying your home. And worst case scenario, if I don't wear boxers, maybe I'll just wear underwear and just be shirtless. Only if there's no one at home, But if my family's at home, like my brother, sister, my mother, my father, I wear jeans or I wear shorts, like I'm wearing shorts right now, and I just walk shirtless. That's it. Shirtless is no problem. If you wear shorts and jeans, that's no problem. But this is weird. To walk around in your house completely naked is a pornography charges and is an offense, and it can cause you a 1 grand law. You can go up to 1 grand charges, man. That's crazy. First of all, I'm pretty sure some people do walk around naked at home, and of course you close the curtains. But second of all, if I don't close the curtains, why would anyone from the outside want to see me? I mean, even if they do see me, they glance and then they're like, oh my god, that's a terrible nightmare, I've got to get that out of my head. They don't look and then like, they call the police. I mean, come on. Why you gotta be so crazy? Let the people live his life, okay, come on. If he's just alone at home, and he's just free to do whatever the hell he wants, and second of all, it's none of your business whatever I do at home, okay? It's none of your goddamn business. If I wanted to fry bacon naked, that's my problem, okay? If I want to iron my shirt naked, but the fact that is, you can't even walk around your own home naked. You're not even safe in Singapore at home. You're not even safe at home in Singapore. It's crazy. It's just insane. I don't know what's Singapore gonna do now. Number 8, littering. This one I know. This one is technically obvious. So the penalty for this will be $300, or you get public service. So I'd rather take public service because I don't want to pay $300 for just throwing one piece of gum on the floor. I mean, that's crazy. First time offenders who throw small items like cigarette butts or candy wrappers are fined $300. If you are convicted of littering 3 times, you will have to clean the streets once a week with a bib on saying I am a litterer. It is admittedly aimed at publicly shaming the offenders to ensure that they won't litter again. Do agree, Singapore is super clean, as I mentioned before. They are super clean. There's not one piece of trash that is thrown onto the damn floor. It's just amazing. It's just completely amazing how they enforce this law. But how do you know that if I take a piece of wrapper, right, if no one's looking, I just throw it on the floor? Who's gonna know? I mean, you don't have security cameras everywhere, and you don't even, like, come on. It's crazy. Even if I throw a piece of wrapper in the bathroom, who's gonna know? No one's gonna know. How do you detect that? I mean, some of it is just ridiculous. I mean, that's just crazy. First of all, you can't trace the person who threw the litter unless I go to a really big public area and I just happen to throw a piece of, a piece of paper on the floor, and people looked and then like they call the cops on me, and I'm like, okay, I got it. I got a fine for $300 or I do public service. You can't be that stupid, Singapore. Come on, you can't be that stupid. How do you do that? I don't even know what to say anymore. Let's just move on to the next one. Number 9, selling gum. Selling gum, not chewing the gum, selling the gum. Penalty for this will be 100 grand or 2 years in jail. Look at this. Chewing gum is okay, but selling it is forbidden. According to Singapore's statutes online, the punishment for smuggling gum into the country is up to 2 years in jail or 100 grand fine. That's fine for you, Singapore, but not for me. First of all, if you chew a gum, it's fine. You can chew a gum, no problem. You throw it, that's a big problem, you get a fine for $300. But if you sell a gum to another person, that's an offense. What in the hell does that mean? Also, you can't even bring gum from another country to Singapore. That's an offense. You're like smuggling drugs into the country. That's crazy, man. Why is it bad to sell gum? What if I go to a 7-Eleven and then I ask them, okay, I want some juicy fruit and I want some minty chewing gum as well, and they're like, oh, we don't sell gum, we're Singaporeans, we don't sell gum here. You're a freaking store, you sell gum, and the law says that you can't sell gum. You'll be fined 100 grand and you'll be jailed for 2 years for selling gum. That's just stupid, Singapore. Stupid, okay? Why would you ever not sell gum? It makes no sense. Okay, gum was invented for a reason, okay? It was invented for a reason, okay? So don't simply not sell the goddamn item. Singapore, get your freaking head out of your ass, okay? Stop doing this stupid stuff, okay? This is one of the stupidest laws I've ever heard in my life. And finally, after that outbreak, let's go to the last one. The weirdest law that has been enforced in Singapore is spitting in public. Now this one's actually not bad because this one I actually quite know, but the penalty for this can go up to $1 grand or less depending on the spit itself. So Singapore is not a place for spitters. Reasonably, it's illegal to spit in coffee shops and markets, but it's also illegal on public roads, sideways, and any other places that open to the public. If you break this law, you'll be slapped with a fine of up to $1 grand. Wow. Now this is something that not a lot of people usually follow. In Malaysia, the people spit a lot, okay? I've seen people who open their window in the car and then they just spit outside, and some I've like students, you know, they just spit on the street, and some people they just spit in the sewers. Now this one I really agree with them 100%. I mean, spitting is bad. Spitting causes a lot of bacteria. Once you spit on the roadside, that's a lot of bacteria that's causing out into the public. It can cause an pandemic outbreak. But when you spit in coffee houses, I don't think a lot of people do that. I don't think people spit in coffee houses. You can spit in the public toilets. I mean, that's no problem. You can spit in the toilets, you can spit at home. But if you spit where there's a lot of people, then that's an offense. If you spit in the middle of the street and if there's no one looking, obviously they're not going to trace the spit. I mean, what are they going to do? Have a forensic guy come and do a DNA test and have a list of billions of Singaporeans that didn't pinpoint which one is the actual person? That's insane. I don't think they do that, but I think they just, you know, whoever sees the spitter, they call the cops. That's it. But for this case, I see a lot of videos like people poop in the middle of the streets, Singapore, and I've seen people who do a lot of, you know, illegal stuff. This has been gone online, and Singapore is not what it used to be. It used to be a place where a lot of laws were enforced because they were quite stupid. But now I think most of them are breaking the law because it is stupid. But that's my opinion. I mean, Singapore is still a great country to live in. I mean, it's still a peaceful and a nice place. The people there are extremely nice, and it's a really clean place too. So if you ever get a chance to go to Singapore, go for it. I mean, it's a really nice country, it's a beautiful country, and you know, it's really fun to hang in Singapore. You know, I have a relative there who's living in Singapore, and she has introduced me into her home, and it's really nice, and I love it. So that's all for this week's video, guys. So thank you guys so much for your support. Leave a like, share, favorite, subscribe. You know, comment on the video too, helps me to improve myself, and subscribe to my channel, you know, and let me know what you want me to do next. I got a lot of tons of ideas for this. I got more stuff coming up in the future, so if you guys like more, you know, just hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.